Hello, sixth grade math people. This is for Tuesday, March 17th, and I'm going to quickly go through what the game plan is for today in terms of work, and then give you a little mini lesson that it should help you get through the problems for today. So, goals for today are number one, this mini lesson video. Watch it if you need, rewatch it, use it while you are doing your work. Secondly, your work. You're going to be working through the topic for today is combining like terms within equations, and we've got 16 practice problems for you to work through. And just like most of you did yesterday, you are going to show your work on a piece of paper, and then when you're done, circle your final answer so we can easily find it, and then take a picture of your work and submit it as an attachment via the Tuesday Google Classroom assignment. Some of you emailed because you couldn't figure that out. That's fine too. But if you can, submit it as an attachment through Classroom on the Tuesday assignment. And then lastly, if you're looking for something else to do, because what else is there to do? You can start to check yesterday's study guide, part one. We created an answer key and posted it on Google Classroom. The expectation is that you get that checked by Thursday. We are aiming to have a Google Meet together on Thursday morning, and it would be helpful if you've checked your work by then and can identify any questions that you have so that we can make good use of the time we have together when we meet up online. So those are your goals for today. If you can't get to checking over your study guide from yesterday, you could do that tomorrow. But if you've got time throughout the day, use the answer key, check it against your work, and if there's things that you still don't quite understand, make a note so that it's ready to go for Thursday. With that being said, today's lesson is we are going to be solving equations yet again, what we've been doing this whole unit, but this time the added step is that there's going to be the need to combine like terms. And hopefully those words, combining like terms, sounds familiar because we've done that earlier in the school year. I think the third unit of the year was our unit on algebraic expressions, and within that, we simplified expressions by combining like terms. So just as a quick refresher, what you see right here, 8y plus 16 minus 2y plus x minus 12 plus 3x, that's an expression. And within that expression, there are a bunch of like terms. So let's identify some of them. A like term, the way that I've explained it, is it's any term that has the same variable with the same exponent. There are no exponents here, so now we're just looking which terms have the same variable. So I know that 8y and minus 2y are a like term. We're going to combine those together. Another pair of like terms would be x and 3x plus 3x. Those will go together. And then another thing is if you have constants, a constant is a term that is a number by itself. Those are considered like terms as well. So we've got plus 16, yellow was not a good color, and minus 12. So those are like terms. So to simplify this expression by combining like terms, 8y minus 2y combines together to form 6y. The next term we have is 16, and 16 minus 12, 16 minus 12 is 4, so plus 4. And then lastly, we've got the like terms of x plus 3x, so 1x plus 3x is 4x. So to combine like terms, you're just adding the coefficient that's in front. So 3 plus 1, those coefficients add up to 4x. 2 and 8, since it's 8 minus 2, those are going to combine to form 6y. So now let's look at two examples of what you will see in your work today. First one's pretty straightforward. We have the equation 3x plus 4x equals 35. I know that before I touch this equation, I should probably simplify by combining these like terms. Make the equation a little bit smaller, a little bit nicer to look at. So 3x plus 4x is 7x. And now you have a nice one-step equation. 7 times x equals 35. The inverse operation is to divide both sides by 7. That eliminates the 7 over here. And on the final step, 35 divided by 7 is 5. And if you wanted to check and go all the way back to your original equation, 3 times 5 is 15. And 4 times 5 is 20. 15 plus 20 equals 35. So I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that x equals 5 is correct. And then one more example, and then you'll do some practice on your own. 5y plus 6 minus y equals 14. So what we're telling you is another thing you should be looking for in an equation is, can I simplify one of the sides by combining like terms? And in this case, you can. You've got 5y minus y, and they're both on, I'm going to just put a line in the middle. They're both on the left side of the equation. So since they're on the same side, they can be combined together, just like you would have combined things back a couple units ago earlier in the year. 5y minus, there's a 1 there, even though we don't see it. So 5y minus 1y is 4y, and plus 6 didn't have any like terms, equals 14. And now we've got a two-step equation similar to what you've kind of been doing the last few days. So the first thing I'm going to undo in this equation is I'm going to subtract 6, because that's the inverse of plus 6. And whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And then on my left side, I have 4y remaining, and 14 minus 6 is 8. And then my last step is 4 times y. The inverse is to divide by 4. And whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So in final steps here, I've got 8 divided by 4 is 2. And that's that. So you've got 16 problems that are pretty similar to example 1 and example 2 in this video. Hopefully this can help guide you through. If you get stuck, refer back to this and just try the best that you can. Submit when you're done. Feel free to ask us any questions via Classroom. You can send a comment through there or send an email, and we'll do our best to give you some guidance. But other than that, show your work, circle those final answers, submit when you're done, and have a super duper Tuesday doing mathematics at home. Bye-bye.